Imagine you are on a radio show to talk about your own show that is coming out. And then you begin to speak about what you as an individual are looking for as a partner. And then this person decides to say, well, I hope that you find someone who knows that only women can have babies.
So Jess Hilarious is being called out and dragged on social media for making silly comment about the trans community. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So Lynette, sorry, I don't know if I'm so a lady went on, sorry, I don't know who she is. Somebody educate me down in the comment section, but I guess she's a LGBTQ trans activist, and I think she has a show coming up, and she went to the breakfast show to promote the show. You guys know how they do these things. And while they were on breakfast show, the conversation came about how a relationship and the type of partner she is looking out for. And then Jess Hilarious decided to chip in to say that, oh, she should go or she should pick a partner based on a partner that believes that only a woman that can bear children. And the lady in question decided to check Jess Hilarious to educate her, to let her know that you can be a woman and not be a female. And being a woman is a society construct, but being a female is a biological thing. And Jess was like, okay, but this has also struck the entire conversation that has got people talking, and people are calling Jess Hilarious transphobic, like, oh, she's transphobic, oh, she doesn't like trans people. Some people are saying that maybe she caught her husband cheating with a trans woman, maybe that's why. Or some people are saying that probably is because people always make the joke that she looks like a trans woman. Maybe that's why she does not like the trans community. But anyway, guys, I need you guys to see this clip and let me know what you think about it, and then people's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk. But let me know what you think about this construct about gender and sex and woman, trans woman. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think a trans woman should be considered as a woman, or do you think trans women should be on their lane and women should be on their lane? Or will I say cis women should be on their lane? Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk more.
Like, oh, the struggle will be here tomorrow, but that means you should also be strategizing for tomorrow. And it's not to say that your life has to be completely shaped by that, because I say often, like, my friends think I'm single now and they're like, so what, you want like a Mark Lamont Hill? No, like, no shade to Mark, he's great, but I don't need that to encompass my entire life. Like, I'm still a human being, so I'm not saying that you got to live, breathe, die, fight the power, but you do have to have some things ingrained in the way that you move about your day, period, to understand that the work never stops. So we just got to find that balance.
And for you, I want somebody who knows that women can have babies.
Oh, okay.
Only women can have babies. I just want to let you know that.
Interesting. There are other people who can have babies.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a uterus, they can have babies, but they just might not identify as women.
Okay.
Those are two different things. Like, you can be biologically female, but you can't be biologically woman, because woman is a gender construct, a social construct. But if you got a uterus, yeah, you can have a baby.
Yes, that's the point. If you have a uterus, you can have a baby.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we agree on that.
You know, Lynae, has the Democrat.
Listen, I don't know which one of you trans baddies Jess Hilarious baby daddy, but can you please tell her you didn't mean to do it? Like, can you please tell her that it was a mistake? My God. She is obsessed and hurt. She has not even moved on to the next step of forgiveness. Like, I refuse to believe that the hate and vitriol that she has towards trans women is because people used to say she looked like a man. Like, it has to be much deeper than that. One of you baddies bent her man over and she has not recovered from it. Like, at this point, it's an obsession and it's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself because you tried to slide in a had nothing to do with the conversation at hand. Exactly. That wasn't even the topic of the morning show. You slid that in there thinking that you ate just for you to end up with blue crab juice all on your face. And it's the fact that you felt so comfortable trying to throw in a dig while you were speaking to a queer activist, a guy, queer civil rights leader, and you thought that she was going to agree with you? I am so glad that she shut that shit down immediately. Honestly, all she had to say was, oh, okay. Like, I actually would have just left it at that, but I'm glad that she chose to educate your dumb ass.
The reason y'all be so stressed out about the things Jess Hilarious does and says is because y'all expect more from her than she can provide. Your expectations are entirely too high. To think that somebody like Jess Hilarious could understand the complexities of gender identity, sex assigned at birth, and sexuality is absurd. Is absurd. And I'm not saying that to excuse her behavior. What she did and what she continues to do is completely irresponsible with the platform she has. But if you watch that entire interview with Lynae, by the way, shout out to Lynae. Make sure y'all go watch her new show on Revolt TV. But if you watch that entire interview, you can see that Jess Hilarious sat there quiet most of the time because the conversation was more complex than what she could handle. And this all ties back to why she had the issue she originally had, which was people saying that they would prefer to keep Lauren LaRosa than Jess Hilarious. And I'm not trying to be funny because I actually think Jess Hilarious has grown as a radio host since that time. But I also feel like people don't want to hear from Jess Hilarious on serious topics because her job is literally to be funny. We don't expect her to understand complex conversations. And if you pay attention to the part where she actually decided to be transphobic, that's what people do when they have nothing to add to the conversation. They add an inappropriate joke because they don't know what else to say. It had absolutely nothing to do with what they were talking about, which is an indication that she couldn't keep up with the conversation that was being had. And y'all all talking about Lynae checked her when she responded to her comment, but if you really pay attention and listen to the whole interview, Lynae clocked her at the end. When Charlemagne the God said that he wanted to see her in spaces where she would be debating with people and going back and forth, she quite literally said, I can't do that because that's too clickbaity. And a lot of those people have come into the space with their minds already made up or with misinformation. Okay.
You know what? What I don't understand about Jess, never been funny, okay, never told a good joke in her life. Why are you so concerned and so obsessed with the community that you claim to hate? Between her and Bottom Boosie, I don't know who's worse. I don't know who's worse. Mind you, Boosie is going viral right now on the Bird app because they made a whole thread of him riding the mechanical bull, okay? And that has something that needs to be investigated because why you like riding that so much? They say you hate stuff being close to that bunkie. Why you like that mechanical bull so much is something that you're not saying. The reason why Jess hates the queer community and the trans community so bad is because she's always being mistaken for one of the girls. And I don't think that's an insult because the bitches be bad, okay? Or maybe one of the trans girls took her man. Because I feel like if you are so heterosexual, if I just hate this community so much, the community and their parts will be the last thing on my mind. Makes sense to me.
As a fellow Baltimorean, seeing how Jess Hilarious just refuses not to be a d- it's just like so stressful. And it just reminds me that so many of y'all have like such a misconception around gender. And you think because you have built your life around who you are based off of your gender, and that means the world to you. And I'm not saying it can't. Being a woman, if it means the world to you, like let it mean the world to you. However, what I am saying is that it's weird when you try to superimpose your experience onto other people. That's where the line like gets like blurred and you're being you believing like that you having a rigid view of gender does not mean everybody has to have that view of gender. It doesn't make your view of gender true. And I think one of my biggest qualms with people like Jess Hilarious is that y'all think because you have been conditioned to believe something your entire life that that's the truth. Because you have built your life around something, that means it's true for everybody. And that's just not how life works. A lot of y'all are so self-centered and have your head so far up your ass. Jess Hilarious, I'm talking to you. Y'all don't even recognize that y'all are being dumb. And I'm tired of calling it anything but that. Y'all are idiots. That's it.
Imagine you are on a radio show to talk about your own show that is coming out. And then you begin to speak about what you as an individual are looking for as a partner. And then this person decides to say, well, I hope that you find someone who knows that only women can have babies. Only women can get pregnant. And you know, Lynae handled that beautifully. Beautiful redirection without giving her too much attention because you're a weird. this is her quarterly transphobic comment, because every couple months, Jess Not So Hilarious is in the media for saying something transphobic normally. I mean, she always says something ignorant, but transphobia seems to be her main ignorant talking point. I don't know which one of the girls got a hold of one of her men, but please apologize. Apologize. Because this pregnancy seems to be the one thing that she has to hold over the girls, is that, well, at least you might have got, you can't get a baby. That is just such a nasty stance to take. Like, being transphobic as a Black woman is so harmful to us. And I have said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Black women, at some point, I would prefer last week, we really need to address our own internalized homophobia and transphobia and why we still harbor those feelings, because we know that it's harmful to us. The same way misogyny also hurts men, homophobia and transphobia harms us. So if you are a Black woman who is like, oh, I'm siding with Jess Hilarious, I mean, what she said is right, and what she said is valid, you are with too. Because not only is she transphobic, but she is unprovoked. Like that comment was so out of left field, so out of nowhere. Like, no one is having this conversation, and here you
feels like a war between women, biological females, cis women, whatever you want to call it, and trans women would not end unless we have some understanding and respectful communication. Because I saw the Jess Hilarious and Lynae conversation, and I'm not gonna lie, my initial thoughts was, Jess is weird. Like, why would you even bring that up out of nowhere? And then I saw comments, and I saw that people were praising Lynae, like, for reading her, and I'm like, I don't think saying that woman is a social construct really helps the argument, really helps when going against what Jess was saying. But then I did deeper, and I did some more research, and I looked it up. And all right, so Lynae was talking about her future husband, or being a really, like, the person, her perfect partner, a partner that she's seeking, or what she looks for in a partner. She said that her friends, she was saying something about not looking like they don't have to be a Mark Lamont. And then I thought, okay, when I heard the whole, like, the full clip, I'm like, oh, Mark Lamont Hill and Candace Owens, that's her name. Mark Lamont Hill and Candace Owens previously had a debate where they was talking about natural women, like, gender being a social construct. So that's why that was Jess Hilarious' attempt at a joke based on Mark Lamont Hill being mentioned by Lynae. I still think it was distasteful, and I am going to validate, like, the trans community, even, like, feelings towards Jess Hilarious, but I do feel like she has said slick comments in the past when it comes to the trans community. And even though, now the part why I say that I feel like there has to be some type of understanding is because even though I can say that Jess is being distasteful and she's wrong, but I also can say that I also could point out the fact that I'm trying to understand where everybody's coming from on each side, and I think that would need to be, like, what everybody needs to do. So gender being a social construct doesn't help with the argument against only women can conceive a child. Can give birth, because being a female is defined within the social construct of being a woman. So if you're labeling yourself a woman, you still don't cross off all boxes, and that one box is being a female. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that. I don't subscribe to a lot of things that are just like man-made things. Like, come on, words are man-made, a lot of sayings, a lot of things are just man-made. It's social constructs. But you can't use logic, not even logic, like you can't try to use definitions when it's convenient for you. This is where like confusion gets in the way. Just because a woman dresses masculine doesn't mean she's not a woman. Even though she doesn't have the characteristics for what is required to be a part of the social construct, what is defined as a woman, if that's making sense. I know I'm just talking, but try to follow me. I still consider them a woman. So personally, I will still consider a trans a woman, but I feel like the disconnect that's happened with like cisgendered women and trans women is, it's like, I don't know if women are threatened to erasure type thing that's happening. I don't know if one group is feeling like one is treated like less than, one is being treated better. But I believe that it is two different things. I believe that a trans woman is a trans woman, and cis woman or woman period is just a woman. And that's okay. They're not lower than us, and believe me, people that are attracted to them, it does not matter. Like especially like these men don't care if you're trans, biological woman, as long as you're feminine or whatever, they don't care. But that's a whole nother thing. This is just about the woman on woman war that I see going on, and one side is just trying to be accepted, and on the other side is just like we're trying to be seen, or we just been going through so much for so long. I understand that, and I understand that trans women go through a lot, and I would never try to put myself in their shoes because I would never know how it feels.
Exactly.
Being a biological woman is just an experience that you can't really understand unless you've gone through it. I think it's just, and I guess that is what some women, biological women, are trying to protect. But I just wish we all can express ourselves while being respectful. Let's use the correct pronoun, no misgendering. You know, like all the slick comments and gaslighting, none of that is called for.
She just said it all. Like she just said it. I said it all. Please let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. I've had this conversation. First, let's even talk about Jess Hilarious. Like now, I kind of understand the context that came with the people dragging him. Sorry, guys, I could not watch the entire show to get the context, but now getting the fact that who the Mac guy they were talking about, or had a conversation with Candid Owens about, now I get it, why she would want to make that statement. But people actually saying that Jess Hilarious, I don't know, people are saying that she's funny, like, okay, but not knocking any woman down. But I not get the context of her just chipping in there. But it's at the end of when you watch that clip sounded awkward, and it just seems like it was a conversation that was out of place. It just seems like there was no need to have that conversation at that time. But come on, let's talk about, and I just feel like as people, be respectful of on each other. So her making that slick comment talking about, oh, I want to be married with somebody that believes that only a woman that only a woman can have children. See, you can disagree with everything that's going on in the world with society construct. If you know me, I disagree with a lot of society construct, and it is what it is. But you have to respect people that believe strongly on the society's construct and how society works. But just respect them. Like, you have to respect them. I just feel like as human beings, rather than respect each other, we rather want to bring the other person down to prove our points, to like, oh no, this is right, this is wrong. What ideology you think works for you, it's your life. And why do you care so much about what somebody else chooses to do with their body? That I don't know. Like, why you care so much, and why you want to have conversation about people that have decided to say, you know what, I want to change to this gender or to this gender. I don't know how that even works or even bothers me. Like, do you whatever makes you happy, I'm happy for you. But let's come back into the conversation of trans women and cis women and all that. And this is my opinion, and this is where I stand on it. I don't care what anybody chooses to do with their body. That's already made. But when we talk about the label or the social construct that comes with labels that are put on things, let's put things on where they should be. A trans woman is a trans woman. That does not take away from our experience. A woman is a woman. That does not take away from my experience. What I'm very concerned about is the fact that trans women so want to be grouped as women so bad. What happened to just making it what it is? You're a trans woman and I am a woman. And they'll say, oh, it's a biological woman. Okay, whatever. But let's keep it that way. Why do we have to mix us together when the truth is that our experiences are totally different from each other? As a biological woman, my experience from a trans woman is totally different. How I move in life, how I navigate life will be different. My experience and my story will be different. And I do agree, not all women can bear a child. In fact, not even all female can bear a child. Not all female has a uterus to carry a child. Not all female can carry a child. And that's a different conversation from gender constructs. I don't know if I'm making... Yes, I know that's one thing that we'll always put out there when we talk about trans women. Trans women can carry babies and all that. Not all women can carry babies. Not all women can get pregnant. Not all women want to have children. So that's a different conversation. But I don't understand why trans women so want to be classified as a woman so badly, rather than owning the title that they are, which is also society construct, because being a woman is a society construct, being a female is a society construct under being a woman. So why can't everybody just accept the label that society construct has put on them and be happy and do whatever works for you, do whatever makes your life happy, and go live a good girl life? Like, why are we tussling over, oh, women don't want us to be women, trans women want to come and join women? Everybody take your label with your full chest and admit to it. And as for Jess Hilarious, I just feel that conversation was not the place. It seemed out of place, even though now I get why you said what you said, but it just seems out of place. Anyway, let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people. And that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.